Good day. Welcome to being on the road with the chaplain. That's a mouthful this time. Oh man. So this is an incredible word that I have for you today as I think about my travels over the past few days. This word really stands out, and it's ready. The word of the day is ready. And Luke writes it really clear in chapter 12 and verse 40, quoting what Jesus has to say to the disciples. And Jesus says these words, "You also must be ready, because the human one will come at a time you don't expect." Wow. Come at a time you don't expect. How many of us will get upset about that? As I think about this, readiness is most often misunderstood. We tend to associate it with being ready to have answers or having plans and advance notice, what's on my calendar. Jesus, though, teaches something far more profound. Readiness is not about predicting God's timing. It's about cultivating a faithful way of living. It is a posture of our heart, not a spot on our calendar. Woo-hoo. Take this in, if you will. In Luke 12, Jesus speaks to the disciples who want some certainty about some things. How many of us fit in that category? We like some certainty. Well, instead of giving them dates or details, Jesus gives them direction. You also must be ready. Why, you ask? Because God often moves in moments we did not schedule, we did not expect, when we're least likely ready. Man. The unexpected arrival of God is meant not to cause fear, but to reveal where our trust truly rests. A ready life is shaped in ordinary faithfulness. It is a form when we choose integrity over convenience, prayer over panic, to be obedient in times of discomfort so that it disrupts our comfortability. Readiness grows quietly in a day-to-day, unsettled way. It sharpens us when we don't think it is. You see, being ready also means staying awake to what God is already doing, to what God is already involved in. We can become so focused on what might come later down the road that we miss what's happening right before our eyes. Readiness invites us to live alert, compassionate, and responsive, ready to love, ready to forgive, ready to serve, and ready to follow. Jesus reminds us that readiness is not about control. It is about surrender. When our lives are anchored in faith, we do not have fear. Fear is not part of how we function. We can meet it with trust, knowing that God's timing is always purposeful, even if it is a surprise. Some people don't like surprises. I might consider changing and enjoying the surprise, especially when God shows up. Here's 3 questions. Where in your life are you tempted to wait for certainty instead of walking in faith? I was talking with someone yesterday, and I think that it is important to realize and understand, and maybe even be convicted a little bit about this idea of preaching and teaching and using verbiage that speaks to this, well, just live by faith. Well, how about being about it rather than talking about it? Because that's what being ready looks like. I'm just saying. Number 2, How can you practice spiritual readiness in daily routines? How can you make being ready a part of your day-to-day activities and being able to be ready? Number 3, what might God be inviting you to notice or respond to today? Are you already looking at tomorrow or next week or next month? I'm not saying planning is not a good idea. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you're too far down the road, are you ready for what's about to happen right now? If you forget everything, here's the thing to remember. Readiness is not about knowing what's coming next. It is about faithfully walking with God no matter when God moves. The word of the day is ready. The question is, are you ready? If you've enjoyed these words of the day, I cannot overemphasize it. We are excited about the word of the day because at Focus and Vision Ministries, we believe that it only takes one word to change somebody's life. Click that share button for us. Share, share, share. If you have not yet become a financial supporter of Focus and Vision Ministries, I invite you to do that. Click on the link below, learn a bit more about us and how we're sharing these words, and support us in a way that allows us to continue to spread the word as far and as wide as we can. Until we meet again, God be with you and you be well.